Welcome back to Tidbits and Tea. I have a drawing for you guys today. I had a lot of interruptions today, including animals and bugs and birds and different things. So that you guys can see, I got a lot of downloads while I was drawing. The drawing took on its own personality today. It seems to revolve around this central character, this guy right here. And this guy seems to be a focal point also. When I started drawing, it was very slow and almost like getting into someone's head and going backwards in time. And I got Avalon and healing. Avalon was the place where King Arthur went after battle to heal. It was the island of apples and glass. I think that's what it meant. I could be wrong. But if you know the story of King Arthur and the Round Table, you know the Avalon. But it was basically a place for him to heal after battle. So I'm assuming that this gentleman has been in a battle and is trying to heal, wanting to heal. My left eye was really itchy and I had a wasp land while I was trying to draw, and the cat came up immediately while I was right in this area drawing this guy and the things that seemed to be in his head here, what he's thinking about. And it kind of seemed like all of it was just coming all the way out. So it's almost like this gentleman is sitting back and thinking about the battle he's been through possibly, and everything he's dealt with and the people he has had to deal with. I'm not sure if it's a female irritation or it's his feminine side that is just irritated in general. With the wasp coming in, it makes me think of a need for protection more so than actually being protected. And maybe he's feeling a little bit vulnerable while he is trying to heal. I also got nowhere to go and chaos, and as I got nowhere to go and chaos, I seemed to start drawing faster and a lot more ended up coming out. The other thing I got while I was drawing right before the chaos came in was a storm coming. So it's almost like the calm before the storm, possibly, where maybe he's been healing and reminiscing on everything that's happened, knowing that the storm is getting ready to hit and that the chaos is about to disrupt completely, or erupt completely, my bad. Maybe it's causing a disruption or a disruption is coming. But I got that there's nowhere left to go. So I don't know if that means maybe a person or a place, or maybe he's burned his bridges and he has no one else to help him with something, or he has just nowhere to lay his head even. I got teacher, and where is your teacher? Where are you hiding? Something about skills. So I don't know if maybe he's looking for a teacher or a mentor, or he had a teacher or mentor. Maybe this is his teacher or mentor and now he is MIA. I also had a hummingbird come while I was drawing and fly down right next to me, which is perseverance. Enjoy while you're going through the perseverance. Hummingbirds can fly long distances and go for unreal amount of miles and come back, and they persevere to get where they're going, and they eat as much food as they can, and they go without food to get there, and then they travel back and do it all again the next year. But hummingbirds can really mean perseverance with joy, so maybe he's getting ready to need to persevere through something. The other thing that I got, nothing hurts like your mouth. Always a fake smile. So as I was drawing all this and looking through this, I see this look on her face, and I see this smile here with this guy, and I see his smile here. It's almost like a fake smile where he's really sad and depressed Maybe he always presented with a smile on his mouth for everybody, and everybody always thought he was happy, but he really was angry and sad, and maybe the person he was with, maybe this female is who he was with, or here, maybe her mouth, maybe she'd run her mouth, and she really had him run down and feeling not up to par or where he should be. Maybe she would drag him down, and maybe her mental armor or someone else's mental armor drug them down. Maybe they were out against a female and it was just too much, the battle, or he would get down because he couldn't, I don't know, out talk or out fight or out compete with her. Either way, he's down and he's not feeling too great. I also got another hummingbird come in, and I got change, and then I got waiting for a sign from you. So I'm not really sure which female this is that he's having an issue with. I do see him here with this female behind his back, almost like he's, you see how his hand is here holding it back? It's like he's hiding it back, and on his right arm, it's got this movement forward, like he doesn't want this female to move forward, like he's blocking her from moving forward. And she can't speak for herself. You see how her throat chakra is covered up here? It's almost like her voice is closed, and in her head, it looks like he is here in her head, like he's hopeful and waiting and wanting something, but he's kind of holding her back in a way. Yet here in this right side, he's moving with a lot of fear. You can kind of see fear of life, fear of possibly what happens if she breaks free. I'm not quite sure where that is, but at the same time, his hand is over here on the throat, which I feel like this is the same guy. It's almost like he's keeping his own mouth shut also, from what I'm not sure, but it's kind of like, it's almost like he's feeding his own ego or imagination or his own fantasy, but again, I'm not 100% sure, just because as I drew it, the man's throat chakra is open even though his mouth is closed. Her throat chakra is closed. So I find that interesting. As he reminisces up, you see this two-faced guy here with a woman in shock and surprise. And I'm not even sure if this is two men or this is one man with two faces, because you see how he kind of turns and is in her ear and these two are talking, but she's pretending to be shocked and surprised when he's here. So this could be two men together, or it could also just be his two faces to different people. Not sure where this woman comes in up here, but she definitely is part of the group and part of the chaos. There's a lot going on in this picture. If this is your story, then you may be able to put pieces together even better than I have with the downloads I'm getting. Basically, though, it's almost like he's waiting for a sign of love, or to build love, or to have love. Got trouble on his mind, but he wants to reach out, or he wants someone to reach out. Possibly this woman here, and this woman could be this woman also. And if you look at him here, this could be him up here, but I feel like this is a completely different couple here. This gentleman and he, I'm not sure if they are the same. They look very similar. If so, it looks like he's upset a group of friends here. They're having a fear of what comes next in life. Their ego on their elbow is not wanting to have any change in movement on the right side, which would be male, and that would be possibly for this gentleman. You could, my stomach was driving me nuts this entire drawing, and it's still a little grumpy, and my stomach was fine before I started. this gentleman here, his stomach, he's having trouble assimilating what's going on, which makes me feel like this is the same guy here. But he's having trouble assimilating what's happening, what's coming. His left side area here, it's like he's having trouble digesting the future, digesting what's possibly moving. If this is his arm, then he's blocked with his movement, with his ease of movement with a female. And that might be this female here, or it could be a different female altogether. That being said, wait 1 second. I started getting really hot, like super, super hot. Like people are on fire, reacting, reaching out. People are angry. They could be hot angry. I mean, you could see all the disgruntled looks on their faces. Maybe during this battle that he had, that he's recovering from. Maybe some bridges were burned that shouldn't have been burned. Maybe some people feel like they got caught in the crossfire. And it seems as though there's a lot of disgruntled, angry people. Almost like a fire got lit. And then we almost had it all. We almost had it all. They were getting ready to have, it seems like they were all getting ready to have a huge party. I got party and money. Money, get to work, go to work. So possibly they were celebrating the win, and then they didn't get the win. And now they're all having to go back to work. They're all having to make money, find money. Then I got really cold, and something stunk really, really bad. Struggling for money, scrounging for money. I got... somebody lost what they had stolen. So somebody stole something and they no longer have it. They've lost it. My bad. They didn't lose. They lost everything. Did someone steal it from them? That's what I was trying to say. Somebody here is a great liar. But there's a lot of memories too. So he's definitely laying back, reminiscing, needing to heal. Avalon, the other thing about Avalon is it's a magical place. So maybe he's trying to find magic to heal, or one of these people in these groups, or numerous of them are looking for magic to heal, but they all seem angry. It's almost like the blame game, like everything is on fire. They didn't get what they wanted. They're all having to work to make money now. And maybe during this battle, they just lost too much. Maybe they stole things from each other also, but either way, there's been a lot of lies and there are a lot of memories. I got a lot of resentment. Resentment with a wife or an ex-wife. I don't know if it's these two here, because if you look at these two here, this woman, her throat chakra is furiously disgruntled. She has got this pissed off look on her face. Her lungs on her left side are stifled and angry. Her right side shoulder, it's almost a burden to have to deal with a specific male, whether it's this male, or this is the same male and it is her husband, because these two could be the same and these two could be the same. This could be a little bit younger version and this could be a little bit older version. Or they could just be two different couples. Either way, he's looking shocked and surprised, but his throat chakra is furiously angry, not saying a word. Stomach is stressed, having to digest the idea that something different is going to have to happen, that they're going to have to change directions here. So that's definitely an interesting little take. Again, this could be a younger version of this couple, and it could be two totally different couples. I'd like to think it's two totally different couples because of the emotional aspect of it. But they both have stuff going on with their throat chakras. I didn't finish drawing it out there. It's a little lower down there. Let's see, and there's people popping in and out everywhere in this. You can see all the people in the background. So I think you're looking at here some of the main characters. This girl is angry. It's like she has her arms crossed and there's no movement forward in the feminine or masculine side for her as her arms are coming down. You can see the face and her forearms, the anger coming off her. Her mouth is closed, but her throat chakra is open, so I'm sure she has plenty to say. She's furious as far as her male side goes, and the female side is a little bit in fear and a little bit angry. I also got I know this is a weird one. I got Grumplesnort. Somebody's being a Grumplesnort, like a leprechaun troll mix. Basically, they procrastinated. They want to do something later. They're putting something off. Maybe someone in this group has to do something that they don't want to, and they keep putting it off and thinking they'll do it later. I got a misogynistic pisser. So, to me, that would be a misogynistic male that's in a pissy mood, and that's ruined things for people. So someone must have called him a misogynistic pisser. That's probably this guy here, mouthing off, because he looks pretty angry, and now he has no movement forward, and he's blocked, and this guy's stomach is just in knots here. And then I got, it's the last time, mutual respect. So maybe he was misogynistic towards someone that wanted mutual respect. And this was the last time, the last chance. Maybe he's lost someone. Maybe that was the battle. Maybe he was fighting. But I did get a resentful ex-wife. So that's kind of my download on this one. There's a lot going on. And I know I'm not completely on top of it, but it seems like he's lost a battle. There's a lot of people that are very angry. There's something he needs to do that he's putting off, or they're angry because he put something off. But I got a lot of needing to make money. Like a celebration came too fast, and now everyone needs to make money and find money. And now things stink and they're cold. So maybe they were all hot and on it, and now everything is cold and frozen. So fake smiles. Mental armor drags him down. And maybe it's the ex-wife's mental armor that drug him down, or just in general. But maybe it's his own mental armor that drug him down because he was set in his ways and was a misogynistic pisser. If it's your story, you'll know. Either way, somebody's putting something off. And the Grumplesnort needs to get off his pisser. He needs to get off his pisser. All right, guys. Let's see if there's anything else in here I see. I think that's about it today. This woman's throat chakra is a little blocked here too. You can see this guy in his ear. They're all talking amongst themselves. There's whatever the chaos is, they didn't get what they wanted. And someone procrastinated or is procrastinating now. So, all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the drawing, and I'll be back soon for more. Thanks.